Well, things are pretty dire. We now have Trump saying that he and Elon Musk are going to go in and go look at our gold at Fort Knox. They are going to steal it and blame it on Democrats. And this is also Elon's plan to put us all in cryptocurrency. He's not getting buy-in from Americans. He doesn't believe in that. Elon Musk is an international financial terrorist. Among other things. He's a thief and a crook and a liar and a bunch of other things, but this is what he's doing. And he knows he doesn't have a legal right to do this. He knows he's a terrorist. He knows he's a criminal. He knows he's a thief. He knows he's a traitor, but he doesn't love this country the way we do. He's not from here originally. He's an pro-apartheid South African, racist, white supremacist. And Trump makes him feel real comfortable in that role. So Elon Musk now is going to go to our gold and steal it from us. This is a heist. We're sitting here watching this. Trump is saying that they're going to do it. And we know that Trump is not really the president. My God, even Elon Musk's 4-year-old kid that he used as a human shield in the Oval Office and in the Tucker Carlson interview is saying Trump isn't the real president, because that's what he hears his father saying in private. We're sitting here watching this happen, and there's like nothing we can do about it. We need the help of the world, clearly. We're the one that comes to their aid, but Trump is off golfing. So far, he's spent $11 million. Doge, looking for waste and fraud and abuse, doesn't seem to have a problem with that. This is our tax dollars. We're cutting cancer research. Republicans are cutting Medicaid. Now, Speaker Johnson is a little bit concerned because he has a lot of Maga constituents who are on Medicaid. In fact, 25% of Americans are on Medicaid. These are the people who have temporarily fallen through the cracks and need help. They're poor, sick. These are the people that Elon Musk and Trump, I think, want dead. They want them to die off. They want the elderly to die off, not have Social Security. And we know this because during COVID, as we say, they should be willing to, die in order to build herd immunity. So we already know that these are his views. There's no need to doubt it or look for more proof. He said it. This is what they intend to do. So there's more tax cuts and more goodies for the billionaires, for the oligarchs, in particular, Elon Musk. He is looting our treasury. He is taking our money. They are going to cut Social Security and Medicare as well, and you know it. Republicans have long wanted to do this. They claim they don't, but they lie. I do think that some of the pushback is interesting. It looked like Republican Senator John Cornyn from Texas was pushing back on Trump, and he claims that that's a lie. That's fake news. Now, I don't know if he actually said the things he's reported to say, that Trump needs to read the Constitution and the courts need to sort out some of this stuff, that Trump might be going a little bit too far. So all these people weigh in, including other Texas MAGA extremist politicians, basically threatening him. And they're all saying, they're going to primary him. Of course, there are a lot of bots and trolls that responded so that it looks like this. There's huge MAGA support for primarying John Cornyn. So he caved. He went Lindsey Graham on us. But Steve Bannon hates Elon Musk, probably thinks he's a threat. Maybe Elon isn't giving him a cut. I don't know what it is. But Steve Bannon is strongly opposed to the Trump position with Putin and Ukraine. Steve Bannon supports Zelensky. We now have Mark Levin. As I said in one of the shorter videos, Mark Levin is the right-wing radio host and Fox News guy who initially did not support Trump in 2015, 2016. He was as appalled by that pig as the rest of us were. But he got in line because that's what they do to preserve their position as a cog in the wheel. A lot of people that I used to work with and know, a lot of former friends and colleagues, they didn't support Trump during the primary, but they all got in line once he became the nominee. They didn't know how he became the nominee. because it certainly wasn't the normal channels. Well, we know it was Putin. It was Putin. And Jeff Zucker at CNN, and then Roger Ailes at Fox, just gorging on the ratings. Again, these are showbiz guys, reality show guys. These aren't news people. So we got that. So we got Mark Levin, who went full MAGA because he had to. He sold out, like they all did. Ari Fleischer sold out. Remember, Ari was against Trump before he was for Trump, before he was against Trump again, he was for Trump again. It depends on who's paying him, which network is paying him. They all do this. So Mark Levin jumped on board MAGA because otherwise he wouldn't make all that money as a right-wing radio host unless he went full MAGA. By the way, when he had heart issues, Rush Limbaugh was the one that came in and paid for the heart surgery to save Mark's life, I guess. I don't even know if Rush would have supported some of this stuff. I think a lot of these guys feel a little bit blindsided by Trump. They supported him. They knew he was doing some really dirty things that were going to hurt America, but they didn't know he was going to go this far. And I think for a lot of them, it's a pride thing. They supported him, and then they see him turning around and doing things he said he wasn't going to do, or doing big things that he never hinted about during the campaign. So they feel personally betrayed. They feel like he's not respecting their authority and their power and their big audience and their standing and their stature. So they're starting to get concerned about that. Senators, so we talked about Senator Jerry Moran a couple weeks ago from Kansas, how he was now, his farmers were in real trouble because American farmers supplied something like 41% of the food, the aid that USAID gives. And so you cut that off, and those Kansas farmers, who, by the way, vote MAGA, vote Republican. So these aren't just constituents for Senator Jerry Moran and Trump. They're the constituents who vote for him. So he had to publicly chastise Trump. Not that it does any good, but we know that Trump, with executive orders and tariffs and things like that, he can then just take bribes for people that want exemptions. By doing things that only a president can do without Congress helping them, that means Trump can pocket as much money as he wants. And Trump is a criminal and a thug and a rapist and a convicted felon and a traitor. So, this is how he's done business his entire life. Anybody who thinks that he's going to do something different the second time he's in the White House, please. And the MAGA who still stick up for him, they're in a cult, or they're really effing stupid if they don't know about his past. And not just little things in his past, like this one time he made a mistake. He has done business like this his entire life. His entire life. So did his father. Trump is a criminal and a thug. So is Elon Musk. Only Elon Musk is now in that international financial terrorist realm. He's going to go into Fort Knox, where our gold is, and tell us that they're going to say, oh my gosh, it's gone. Well, yeah, it'll be gone because they'll take it. And they're going to blame it on Democrats. And then there'll be this big financial emergency and we'll have to go crypto, martial law. I mean, they're waiting for an excuse to do this. But we have a few right-wingers who either waiting for somebody to bribe them to shut up, which might be the case with Steve Bannon, or we have people who just get to the point where they're like, I can't support this stuff anymore. This isn't what I signed up for. Or I'm okay as long as they're, hurting the libs. As long as we're hurting liberals, By the way, just because you're not a Trumper doesn't make you a liberal. But they use that as a dirty word because that's how the unwashed, red hat, toothless idiots, operate. So it works for them. Own the libs. So we now have people who aren't liberal, who are Republicans, Republican public figures, media figures, who are now finally going, okay, enough is enough. Some of them might even somewhere have a bit of a conscience where they don't want the blood of President Zelensky and Ukrainians on their hands. See, it's all fun and games when you're just owning the libs and you're getting ratings for your radio or TV, clicks and eyeballs. When you get to be, you get to score the big interview with Trump or whatever. But now, if you're out there advocating for what he's doing, and this wasn't what you signed up for, yes, you have blood on your hands. You are supporting the murder, the death, the slaughter of innocent people. And I suspect that these guys have always known that the Mueller report was dead on right. They knew. The smart people knew. But they went out there with the line, oh, the Russia hoax, Russia. Well, now they know that it's true. Well, they've always known that it was true, but now they know that it's indisputable, that history will not be kind to them for pretending that it wasn't true. Trump doesn't care that they know. Trump doesn't even care what they say about him. He's golfing. Remember, the deal was Putin and Elon Musk were going to manipulate things and cheat for Trump to get him in the White House, to keep him out of prison. And in return, Trump had to hand them America's head on a platter and Ukraine's head on a platter. We are being carved up. We're not a country anymore. We're being carved up and parceled off. And it's cheaper to just let a lot of us die off, not get proper health care, not be able to eat, be homeless. And all of these federal employees that voted for Trump that are now losing their jobs and their livelihoods in massive numbers. Trump doesn't care. Trump doesn't care. He thinks you're all losers and suckers, just like he thinks the military are. So right now he's got his private militia, that Eric Prince's old company, Blackwater, private militia outside of federal buildings, keeping out members of Congress who have oversight authority over those federal agencies. And we now hear that Elon Musk has ordered these agencies to even let DOJ know if anybody is even making FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act requests to get information, even if it's members of Congress or the press, the free press, to find out what's going on here. This is not how innocent people behave. This is not how patriotic Americans behave. Elon Musk is not a patriotic American. And we have his immigration status and how he got here is even questionable. He's likely here illegally. And he's robbing us blind. But that militia, that private militia that Trump and Elon Musk have should scare the heck out of everybody. It's a matter of time before Trump now says, okay, our military is under my control, so we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And the X, Y, and Z are going to be things that American military don't do because American presidents, commanders in chief don't order these things. You think you're going to get regular American law enforcement or military to physically bar a United States senator from entering a federal building, an agency building, over which they have oversight authority and budget authority? I think eventually Trump will get to that point. Putin is showing him how you boil that frog slowly. And that's maybe the next phase. But right now, they've hired private thugs. Not American law enforcement, not American military, private militia to keep out our elected officials. Maga doesn't know this. They're too stupid. They're too uninformed. They still think it's great that they're owning the libs. But there are some thinking, Maga, some of these more high-profile people who on some issues are starting to come around. Some of it might be waiting for their own bribes. Others might be that this has gone too far And I think it's a personal pride thing, as I said, a personal pride thing that Trump didn't let them know what he was going to be doing. And they supported him all this time. And now he's doing these things that are very, very Hitler-esque. And they don't want to be used that way. So at some point, I mean, there's not a rush to this right now. We're seeing a few people, but at some point, they will all be rushing to do that because nobody wants to be the last person to turn against Hitler. Nobody wants to be the last person to get rid of their Tesla. And remember, all these accounts on Twitter that you see supporting Elon Musk and Trump, they're fake. You've got your professional MAGA people, the Charlie Cooks and other Charlie. I'm sorry, not Charlie Cook, Charlie Kirk, and people like that who are just, they made their fame and fortune by being traitors, white nationalists, criminals, supporting this stuff, supporting criminals and treason. That's their stock and trade. But all these other accounts, these fake accounts, they are just that. They are fake. The MAGA on my Facebook page are not on Twitter. Twitter does tend to have people who are a little bit more highly educated and informed. And if you're honest with yourself about when you go to your Facebook page about who your MAGA friends are or acquaintances or old friends from high school, whatever, they're not exactly, the brightest bulb on the tree. But they feel empowered with all their MAGA stuff because Trump has told them they're powerful and they're owning the libs. And for them, it's no different than a football game until it hits them. And then they're going to realize when it's too late that Trump always meant to hit them because he doesn't care. Trump never cared about them. Some of them are figuring that out, but not fast enough. Not fast enough. But Twitter, it's not real. Elon Musk is a criminal, a traitor, and an international financial terrorist. I don't know if he'll ever be held to account, but right now he's getting ready to go into Fort Knox and check out our gold. Let's see how that works out.